Hey y'all, I can't get my stuff right here. Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I kept hitting the wrong button. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Um, oh, hey Miss Pretty Wings. Hey Well Seed. Hey Demetra. Hey Kim Kim. Hey Water Sniper. So, guys. So, uh, I decided to hit up a couple of videos to see what was going on around here. And I saw a couple of videos. Where is allegedly so she could put my title up here so I won't forget nothing, chat. Because I know when I get started, it just is what it is. Okay, you at work listening? Thank you, Kim Kim. So anyway, first thing I want to talk about is before I forget, because I know I will. I watched Sean Bradley's video, right? And what Sean Bradley had to say in his video made a absolute lot of sense. I really liked that video because let me go back for a minute. The other day when we was talking about what was going on with the court date and uh 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 VS suing Five Babe and all of this and all of that, right, about the copyright issue. Well, Deanna had came up and, let us know what was going on in real time, with the T and all of this and all of that, right? And so she's suing the girl in a civil case, right? About her content, right? And so and of course, what all has ensued since then, right? Which if she feels like not being petty, she got a right to do that, she could do that, right? It's a civil case, it's not a criminal case, right? And so in the midst of that conversation, we started talking about Sean Bradley and what he had gone through, and does he still have, like any kind of any need to want to revisit the court case that he had to have against, VS and about all the stuff that was going on back then, right? And so when we were talking in the hypothetical, like what if he wanted to serve her in court, and all of this and all of that. That's talking in a hypothetical. That's being petty, right? So, but in reality, and being petty is one thing. See, my issue with when people go to getting so touched in their spirit that they have to contact the law and they have to, sue people for frivolous stuff. Now, I'm not saying that somebody thinking that somebody stealing your content is frivolous, because actually it's not. And I'm not being petty right now. I'm just telling you the truth, right? If you feel in your heart and you feel that you have proof that somebody has stolen and profited off of your content, you have every right to take them to court. And I'm just keeping it a buck, right? It's just the truth, right? And so, hey, chill out. Hey, everybody that came in the chat, please hit the like button, right? So, evidently, the woman feels like she's really like profiting or stolen her copyrighted content, right? And so Sean, like I said, I listened to Sean Bradley's video, and what he said, like it made a whole lot of sense. And it also made sense to it. Now see, being petty is one thing, just downright ignorant is another thing, right? So I agree with him on several points that he made, especially when it comes to a civil case versus a criminal case, right? So evidently this is a civil case. So if you're going into court and you're suing because somebody has stolen your intellectual property, that has nothing to do with anything else, right? It has nothing to do with what the woman did 3 years ago, or your case that you filed on her. And, Sean Brady was just talking about it, right? Yeah, I did too, chill out. It made a lot of sense, right? And so, and he's right about that, because the judge is not going to want to hear what happened in the past. He's there for um what's going on as it pertains to the civil case, right? And so, logically speaking, like I agree with what he said. One thing don't have to do with the other. You know what I mean? But we were being petty the other day about the underlying issue, right? And the underlying issue is the putting on of somebody's neck, the pettiness, the vendettas, the obsession, because that's what we're worried about in the B sector, right? That's what we're talking about. But as far as Sean being, and the reason why I say that is to say that when I was speaking about Sean Bradley and the cases that he had in the past when it came to VS, what I heard him say at the end of the day is that he's moved on, and not even being petty. You could barely talk when you go to court, especially about things not pertaining to right, chill out, right. You know what I mean? One thing don't have nothing to do with the other. Honestly, the judge is there to speak about the case that's being presented to him at the end of the day. And this is a civil matter, and really like you can as it when see this is why adults, when it comes to this sector right here, if you're going to be petty like this, you need to keep it on a petty level and not involve like the court system and things of that nature offline. Because when it comes to offline, if you're so invested that you got to now I'm not talking about a copyright claim, right? I'm not, because if she feel like she got a legitimate case, she got a legitimate case, right? I'm talking about the underlying issue, right? You have people that have went to, like this woman went to jail about something concerning YouTube, you know, uh, uh, in my opinion, ego, you know. But when you're actually an adult, and you're taking this stuff offline and bringing it into the real world to to people that are not privy to this kind of petty stuff going on around here, like you sound stupid, you sound crazy, because like I said, at the end of the day, we are all adults. So if she feel like she got a little legitimate claim as it pertains to her copyrighted content, to her intellectual property, okay, that's legit, right? But one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. So if you're going to court and you're trying to bring up all this other stuff that happened on YouTube in the past, the judge is gonna simply look at you and think you crazy. Right. So your defense to this woman's civil lawsuit that's done been filed against you is what happened in the past. The judge is not going to want to hear that because he's there about money, right? He's not going to let you introduce all of that nonsense, right? And like I said, when you take it offline and out of the realm of petty in this sector, it sounds crazy. You know what I mean? It sounds like you're obsessed. It sounds like you got some kind of vendetta against somebody, like I said the other day, that you really don't know. You know what I mean? And like you have to address the underlying issue. But if you sit back and think about it, like it sounds wackadoodle, like for real. Like so yeah. But there's still, but when it comes to both of them, there are, in my opinion, and this is my commentary. Y'all know I give my take on what I see. When you scratch the surface of the thing, I would like to know, even back then, like what is the root cause of the situation? Why would, and Sean Bradley is right. And I keep referring to his video because he made absolute complete sense outside of the petty. Like when you're addressing the issue, like for real, what is the underlying issue? Like, because it's true, the woman was gone offline for what, 2 or 3 years, right? So she came back, you know, and I really feel, and I wasn't being petty when when I said I feel like, she got some kind of entitlement issue when it comes to this sector, when it comes to the beef sector. I wasn't being petty when I said that I felt like when she came back, she thought she was gonna ride roughshod over people like she used to try to do to some people. You know what I mean? Like I meant it when I said that. I wasn't being petty about that. But when it comes to her and Fabe, um, in my opinion, there are several things going on at one time. Like, and I really mean that, and I'm here for it. I'm always here for the petty. I'm not here for the offline. Like, I would never. See, here's another thing why I would never be able to get overly invested. Like I've said several times to my people, and y'all have heard me say that my crazy ain't they crazy, right? Because when it comes to this offline stuff in my actual world, Never would I ever introduce the other adults in my circle around me to the shenanigans that go on online. Like, I would be embarrassed, right? Like, seriously. Like, oh my goodness. You know what I mean? And even online, I can only take it so far, because when it get downright ignorant, it's just too much. I don't mind being petty, a little good little kiki, good little ha ha. But am I going to be so overly invested to where it actually affects my real life? Hell no. Like, for what? Like, girl, it ain't got to be that deep. So we know that several years ago, and Sean Bradley is right. If a lot of people are new, but a lot of people remember, like me and a whole lot of y'all, what was going on back then, right? Like, she got a restraining order, like you mentioned, the restraining order that Fi Babe had put on VS about not to say her name, and and all of this and all of that, right? So, and we know that she's never been afraid of VS for real, and VS ain't never been afraid of her for real. You know what I mean? And it's like I said, it's cool if you want to keep it to petty, but it becomes obsession and vindictiveness against really a stranger when you take it offline. And so when that happens, you really have to sit back and evaluate what actually is going on. Like I said the other day, I was being petty when I said, and I meant that though. I meant when I said that I felt like um on VS knows that she, every time I get to talking, y'all, somebody call me on my phone. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. I'm gonna decline this call. But let me know. I'm gonna stop right now. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Like, I think they sit around and wait for me to go online and then they call my phone. That's very annoying to me. Can y'all hear me clearly? Or do I need to go out and come back in? Just somebody let me know. Because I don't want to be talking and nobody can't hear me. So let me stop for a minute. Let me pause so somebody can answer me. So y'all can hear me clearly. Thank you, marvelous. Thank you guys. Right. So thank you, Angie C. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and hey, everybody that came in the chat. I almost lost my train of thought. Uh, this is very bothersome to me when they call me like that in the middle of something. Um, oh, where was I going with this? Yes. So we know back then she was never really neither one of them has never really been afraid of the other. They just want to one up one another to the point to where, in my opinion, as it has become a vendetta on one end and obsession on the other end, and whatever else is mixed in the middle, right? So I felt, I know I was going with that. I meant when I said I felt like when VS came back, she wanted to let Sean Bradley know that, yeah, I still got my foot on your neck, right? So you better tread lightly, right? I really feel that way. Like I really do. I wasn't even petty about that. I was just keeping it a buck, right? But on Sean Bradley's end, after I listened to his video yesterday, what I heard him say was the best revenge is living well, right? Because we all remember back then, they were in a heated battle, right? They had involved the courts, people, he felt like he was being slandered. She was like affecting his income via messing with his job. You know what I mean? And so when she got kicked offline, um, I felt like he had a moment to step back and analyze the situation. Because when you're in the thick of a thing, when you're so invested to where you're in the thick of a thing, it's hard to just step back and just chill, right? And so I think that when he had time to just sit back and reflect on the situation, he said, you know what, I'm not worried about this. I'm just going to let this go, and I'm going to go on and I'm going to live my best life, because at the end of the day, and I'm not being petty, the best revenge is living well. So I don't want to ramp up this battle again. She can say what she want to say. You know what I mean? She can put it how she want to put it. She can throw these veiled threats, which is what she was doing when she came back online towards Sean Bradley and a whole lot of people. Because at the end of the day, she still kept this crazy. And I mean that, and I'm not being petty when I say that. Okay? But in Sean Bradley's mind, I really felt like what he was saying after all the stuff that he was saying yesterday on that video is that the best revenge is living well, and you got to let things go and move on with your world, right? Move on with your world. And honestly, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. And there's a lesson in that. The lesson is that you never, as an adult, you never get so overly invested with this nonsense that it's going to affect your real world. When you go to taking people to court and all of this and all that, it's affecting your real world. We are adults at the end of the day. Now, why do you have to go that far? Why do you have to dox people? Why do you have to take people to court? Why do you have to call people's jobs? Why do you have to do all the stuff that you're doing when in actuality, all you have to do is use your words? Like, and you so invested to the point to where you're obsessing over this person. Like, when it comes to 5A, like, I guess you really can't let it go, because I'm gonna keep it a buck. The chick, what is her name? VS. She ain't been saying her name. She ain't been throwing no shots back at her. And Sean Brady was right when he was saying she set up a honeypot for the girl. Because soon as she got something real on her that she could take to court, that's what she did. Now, is that going to stop 5A or her ego? No. It's not going to stop nothing. And so, but if you so stressed out by this woman, like Sean Bradley said in the past, when she come back on, like, why would you go at her on that level, right? So, yeah, he was right about that. But as far as he go, him moving on and living well, living his best life, and not being overly invested again with that situation, I absolutely don't blame him. Like I said, I'm petty when it comes to this stuff on the street. When I say I don't care, I mean I don't care for real. I'm just here for the petty. And when I say I don't care, what I mean by that is never would I ever let anything seriously affect my actual life that goes on social media. Like, seriously. That's what I mean by my crazy ain't they crazy. Ain't they type of crazy. Like, that would never ever happen to me. Like, I don't give a damn. Because if you ain't affecting my bottom line, which means my world. See, YouTube is not good. Have y'all noticed that YouTube is not good for some people's mental health? Like, it really is not at the end of the day. You hear people like really touching their spirit about words. And as adults, really should you be touching your spirit about words? Like, honestly. And what does that say about you and your psyche? It be some people on here that, like, I used to beef. I beef very well. I know how to drag the fuck out of somebody. I will drag your ass from one end of the sector to the other. I am the original equal opportunity dragger, you know, but that's as far as it goes for me. Like, honestly. Like, you should never allow yourself to be overly invested. And as adults, you really have to sit back and think about, like, psychologically what's really going on. Like, how do you, as an adult, have time to be dead invested to what's going on online when all you have to do at the end of the day is turn off your device? It does affect you, though. I need to take breaks sometimes. If you allow it to affect you, well, see, that's becoming you're taking it out of the realm of entertainment. For me, I never take it out of the realm of entertainment. Hey, View, I've been on here for years. Like I said, I think like since 2017. Nobody's ever heard me say I was taking anybody to court about what. Because you know why? I would never let myself get overly invested, because I have people around me in my real world that would think that I done lost my mind acting like this. Do you see what I'm saying? You done lost your mind when you arguing with some people that you really don't know for real. And so, yeah, that's why you would never ever hear me saying anything like that. That's ridiculous to me. It don't make no sense. Now, I love the petty, and I love the drama, and I don't mind watching, and I don't mind doing my commentary on it. But to go to that other level right there, and yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I got people looking at me in my real world, and they'll think I'm crazy. And what would that say about me to my people? Like, mm-mm. Are they really going to court though? It seems so crazy to me. Or well, evidently they really are going to court about a civil case about a copyright issue, which is money, and somebody, and she thinking that the woman has stolen her intellectual property. Like it never really was. I never really, like I said, I dwell in the petty, right? Like I don't take it seriously, but after listening to Sean's Bradley's video, like he really broke it down, like what was really going on, right? Because I hit or miss, like I heard it was a court date. I heard it was we've all heard the lady say, "Stop using my content." You know what I mean? We've all heard this and all that. Third, we love to go to the petty about what's really underlying. But as far as is it an actual case? If you feel that somebody's stolen your intellectual property, yes, you can sue them. Yes, you can. So yeah. But you also have, when it comes to the petty, for me is, okay, besides your intellectual property, do you really just want her foot up off your neck? See, that's the petty for me. So there's two different things going on. And that goes back to when I was speaking about obsession and vendettas, based upon people that you really don't know on here. Like for me, I get irritated. And I don't mind dragging a person when it comes to the character that they're portraying online, right? But never will I ever get so invested that I have to be bothered to the point that, like, I want to do something to you offline because of the character that you're portraying online. Like that's not my world. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Like what adult does that? At the end of the day, like seriously, these are not children. And you're actually going to go to court. Aside from talking about the civil suit, you're going to try to introduce to the judge all this extra stuff. No, they're going to think you're crazy. So when he was talking about the honeypot, it made a lot of sense. I was like, okay, I agree with you. She walked her into that. She walked her into that. She want to shut her up with the court thing. It ain't gonna shut her up. But she really, at the end of the day, want a foot off her neck. See, that's the petty. But the honeypot, which was the content, that's legit. So yeah, if those papers are true, and she says she don't play with the courts, so yes, she really taking her to court. And Sean Bradley also mentioned the fact of has 5 Baby been served in Chicago? Will she actually appear in court? You know, and so I don't even really understand what the process is when it comes to those interstate type of situations. Like the girl lives in Virginia or something, and 5 Baby, she lives in Chicago. So when it comes to that type of civil situation, I don't know what it is when it comes to from state to state. But I know in the state of Tennessee, like if you wanted to sue me on a copyright claim, which will never ever happen, because I don't play nobody's content. I don't even want to play no music no more. The music that I play at the top of my videos come from StreamYard, okay? So, but as it pertains to a civil suit in the state of Tennessee, like say if you live in Washington, right? I'm not saying you do, view. I don't know where you live, but if you wanted to sue me because you felt like I stole your intellectual property, you would have to actually come to the state of Tennessee and file your civil case here in the state of Tennessee as it pertains to me, or either it wouldn't affect me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You wouldn't even have to worry about serving me from Washington, because if you didn't do it here in the state of Tennessee, it will not affect me in any way, no matter the judgment in Washington. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, you make up that's a good point. Is the copyright claim federal? So if it's federal, I don't know what that would mean for for a federal civil suit. Wow, I don't know. I don't know. You make a good point there. So I don't, like I said, I don't know how the interstate thing. I don't understand how that works. And then another thing for me though is I don't have time. I'm here for the petty. You see what I'm saying? I don't have time in my. It's only 24 hours a day. You know, and never would I ever, like I said, take it offline because you have to answer. Like they don't have people that they have to answer to in their life, and I mean, like, so you could just go around like other adults in your real world, like taking this stuff seriously. Like I don't get that. That's what I mean by that. You know what I mean? Like, no, mm-mm. I don't, I can't do that. No, no, ma'am. Like this, some, I guess, and then also, oh, but anyway, I'm not going down that lane. But whatever happens, I'm here for it. I'm here for the petty, you know. But you don't ever have to worry about hearing nothing about me wanting to appear in court about something that happened online because, honey, I am no, no, ma'am. Oh my God, my family would be mortified. Okay, are you kidding me? Oh my God, like I literally can't imagine. No, no, ma'am. Mm-mm. I be if I let YouTube get me to the point that yes, that's what I'm saying. I'd be dang if I let. I'm so touched in my spirit that I have to want to involve the law. No, ew, no. Mm-mm. And as for me, like my area is small where I live, and everybody in my town is gonna know. Like they're gonna be side eyeing me. Not only are they gonna be side eyeing me, they're gonna be side my husband. Like, what's really going on with? Are you okay? Is she okay? Chad? No, ma'am. So I wouldn't want to embarrass me or my spouse or my other family members or anything. Okay, but it is what it is. Maybe, and then you also got to realize that when it comes to some people, like they actually don't seem to have. I think you got a lot of people with maybe antisocial personality disorders. And so, like, maybe if you have an antisocial personality disorder, you don't have to worry about things that I just mentioned before. Like, you're not active in your community. Like, you really don't have family that you have to be beholden to. Because when you're in a family unit like mine, we are beholden to one another. We are beholden to one another. So outside of something like that, when it comes to my family unit, when you're beholden to one another, you don't have time to how should I say this? You don't have time to oh um I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it alone right there. But when you're beholden to one another in your family, you don't move like that. Just let me put it that way, okay? That's the only way. That's the best way I can put it. Like I don't need the extra commentary from my world. That's what I mean by that. So anyway, I was straying off the beat path. I like the video. I like the fact that in my mind he was saying the best revenge is living well. You know, he's not supposed to put aside from the petty. He's not supposed to be so overly invested where it's gonna start affecting his job again or anything else. But I still say people be oversharing around here. You know what I mean? But and I don't blame him for speaking logically and making perfect sense. Because like I said, we were talking hypothetically about the petty the other day, but for real, no, I wouldn't want to get, reinvested in that madness because it's just madness. And no good comes out of madness. You can't reason with madness. You know what I mean? It's just like forever unjustifiable when it comes to the madness. And it's just not it's time consuming. It's not even worth it at the end of the freaking day. If you want to come on here and be petty, okay. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I agree with him. I'm glad he said what he said as it pertains to his situation. And of course, people gonna be petty and be like, "Oh, you just scared of that chick and all of this and all that." It ain't even necessarily about being scared of somebody. It's just like not wanting to. One reason why I don't get overly invested is because I can't um I can't think about somebody that I don't know for real to the point to where I'm gonna become obsessed over it or have a vendetta. And I'm good with YouTube petty being YouTube petty because I'm not involved with anybody on YouTube with the case. Is there a case even? So unnecessary. I mean, if she feels like the woman stole her intellectual property, I guess, because the papers were filed. But Sean Bradley also said that when you go file these claims to the courts, and whether they're bogus or not, the court is covering themselves. So better safe than sorry. So and you can file any type of civil suit on anybody because that's dealing with money. Criminal is different. But when it's a civil suit, it's a totally different ballpark. Now I do know that. A civil suit is a totally different ballpark. It's not like a criminal case. You can file a suit on anybody, and wanting to be when you want it to be, wanting to be awarded money for XYZ, because you have to pay in the state of Tennessee. I don't know about in other states. If I want to file a civil suit on my neighbor because their kids keep coming over messing with my trash, and I've repeatedly asked him to keep your kids out my yard, and I want to sue them civilly because they keep approaching, they keep playing on my property, and I've asked them not to, I can go pay my money and file a civil suit against my neighbor because they won't keep their kids out of my yard. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're willing to pay, to file that civil suit, you're in the state of Tennessee, you can file it. It's just not a criminal case. The burden of proof is on you to prove that these people are negligent when it comes to abusing your property. But you can absolutely pay to file the civil case. It's not that way criminally. But civilly, yeah. Okay. The court will take your money. Because the court gonna win in the end either way. Because you're paying to even file the case. Now, whether you will be awarded to judgment or not, that's up to the judge. But the court still got their coin out of it. You know, you've paid for the court's time. So okay. Just a little change in their pocket. So yeah, do you. Because the court gonna win in the end. Because they're gonna get their coin off the top. So yeah, but he was right about, like, when it comes to like a stalking case or something, whether it's bogus or not, the court is going to cover themselves because, like he said, he could have been a real true stalker, like for real. And so why wouldn't they, take on the case for real just in case to cover themselves, you know? And it turned out in his favor. He proved that he didn't do that. You know what I mean? But the court, they're going to cover themselves when it comes to the courts. They're going to cover themselves, you know. It's because that's a serious issue. It's just like, y'all remember, well, I don't know if y'all remember, but years and years ago, this country had to start taking domestic violence a lot more seriously than it had in the past. Because it's only been like maybe a decade and a half, or maybe even 2 decades, to where the courts started taking women being abused seriously. Okay? But because before then the femicide rates were so high, and the femicide rates are even higher now, but they had to impose stricter domestic violence laws. The court had to start covering themselves because families of these domestic violence victims started suing the state because they weren't properly under the law protecting the people that had been victimized via femicide. So that's why you have stricter domestic violence laws these days. And when it comes to this online stalking and all of this and all of that, the courts are even catching up to that, because we know that we have heard several cases every year. There are more and more cases when it comes to online stalking and things of that nature. So the courts are catching up, you know. And I'm talking criminally. Now that's civil stuff. That's about money. But when you're messing with somebody's life, that's different. So, but they are catching up, when it comes to this online stalking and things of that nature. So yeah, yeah. But as far as the civil case, if you want to go down there to the courthouse and pay your money to file a suit on somebody, do your due diligence. Okay, the court getting their money off the rip anyway. So okay, so yeah, it's on you to do that. And so yeah, but I was glad to hear him say, getting back to this situation. I am glad to hear him say, in my mind, he was saying that the best revenge is living well. I done laid this down. This is no longer my issue. I done let it go. I'm moving right along. Of course, people are gonna be petty and say, you scared of this chick and all of this and all of that. And that's cool. It don't even matter. It's not even facing him at the end of the day. As he said, I'm not going back down that path anymore. So you can call me scared, you call me whatever you want to, but y'all not going to poke and prod me and petty me into going back down this road with this chick, because this chick ain't got no chill, and I don't have this to do anymore. I don't even understand how people allow the vendettas and the obsessions on social media, and we've seen it several times in the B sector, that affects your livelihood, like your bottom line, like your jobs and stuff like that. Even people's places to stay. Tracy came up on that last video I did, where she said people was calling her the place where she parked her trailer home, and because they kept calling the person, I guess, that owned the property where her trailer was sitting, she had to move her trailer home off of that property because all the stuff that people were calling in and saying about her. That's taking it too far. That's being overly invested. And then you never, and then a lot of the times people are so overly invested is because of mental illness. you know and so it's just unfortunate at the end of the day, like, in my opinion. you know yeah, that's what she said happened. Water stop. You got to go back and listen to that last video, because I was like, wow, wow. Right, Crafts and how is sometimes it's just too much. Like, I like the petty, keep the petty petty, but actually, like, getting to the point to where you start affecting somebody's, like, actual life. No. Mm-mm. You got to ask yourself why, and what is the underlying issue. Like, seriously. Like, getting back to that situation with them two in the courts and all this, what is the underlying issue? You know, like, you poked and poked and poked, like, I'm gonna make this lady say my name. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make her pay attention to me. What does it say about you? You know, like, seriously. At the end of the day, and then for that other lady to be so entitled to the point to where she wanna, she feel like she gotta take somebody in court to try to shut them up so she can ride roughshod because she feel entitled. What does that say about her as well? Like I told y'all the other day when I did that Let's Be Clear video, let me make this abundantly clear for the new people. Honey, I done been into it with both of these people, you know, but I am here, and I really don't even care about talking about neither one of them. But this vendetta, this obsession is so interesting. So I want to come on here and do my petty commentary about it. I can go do it. Whether I care anything about that, I don't care. Like the when it comes to the character of those two, like, it's just like, ugh, to me. Like, seriously, it's ugh. I want to talk about it. I talk about it. If I don't, I won't. And most of the time, I'd rather not. But this right here, this is other level. Because after all these years, it's still this. What's the underlying issue? Like, dang. But it makes for good YouTube. I'm here for it. Give me some commentary, child. Give me something to ponder on. hmm I am here for it. But anyway, that's what I had to say about SB's video and what I thought about what he said. And I don't blame him for moving onward and upward. No matter what anybody else said, folks get too old for that after a while. Yeah, they do water sniper, evidently, child. Take people to court, all this and all that nonsense. I still don't understand how it's not enough hours in the day for me. Like, honestly, like, for real, I can't. I can't. And what does it say about your actual life when you have so much time to invest in somebody else's world? Like, what's going on in your world? Nothing. Somebody trying to get somebody's electricity cut off? Now, I didn't even hear about that water sniper. They trying to get the electricity cut off? How can as long as the person pay the bill, then they can't. Them people ain't gonna cut their electricity off as long as they pay their bill every month. The hell, that's demented and crazy. See, cat piss crazy. I had no idea. That's the first time I heard that one. Huh? Child going from one level of crazy to another, child. Like I said, I'm here honey to sit back and watch. Let me tell y'all what else I seen, right? So, but like in closing, that's what I liked Sean Bradley's video. And so yeah, that's crazy water sniper. I liked his video and I like what he had to say. And like I said, in my mind, at the end of the day, just to review, uh, I heard him saying the best revenge is living well. I'm not going to become overly invested or obsessed in this stuff anymore. Y'all take it the way y'all want to take it. Y'all can call me scared, y'all can call me whatever y'all want to call me. But what I'm not gonna do is go back down that road with this crazy demon. We ain't got no problems no more. Okay? And I agree with him when he said about the woman been gone for 3 years. So why would the lady in Chicago, if she had such a problem with her, come back on here, trolling her and pretty much gonna make her deal with her? Like when you think about it, because she had, from what I understand, she hadn't been saying her name. Like she did allude to what was going on and the honeypot situation that he was talking about. She walked her into that whole situation about the court. They kept his crazy demon in, you know. So you just like you're not going to give up, and then mental illness too. Because if it was me, if I don't want to say nothing to you, I don't want to say your name. I'm not going to say your name. I don't care what you say about me. You can't make me say your name unless I want to. You can't make me beef with you unless I want to, which is why I don't beef anymore. I come out here and do my commentary. I said what I said. You like it, you don't like it. It makes I don't care. You know. But I mean, but to go on and on and on and on. And then on the other hand, when it comes to the petty, I'm glad she's going on and on and on and on because it makes for good content. I'm here for it. But would I actually be so overly invested like that when it comes to me? Hell no, that shit is crazy. Hell no. If you don't want to beef with somebody, you don't want to beef with them at the end of the freaking day. But do unto others, though. So it's all a vicious cycle. And we talked about that vicious cycle the other day. I felt like VS came back and asserted her foot on Sean Bradley's neck, in my opinion. And I felt like Fly Babe caught herself keeping her foot, asserting her foot on VS's neck. And then VS wanting to get her foot off her neck via the courts. That's what I feel like is truly going on. Like I meant that. I was being petty about it, but I meant what I said about that because that is how I saw it. And then Sean Bradley came out and said that, look, I ain't got nothing to do with this, honey. I done moved on. I'm living my best life. Honey, I done laid that burden down. That is not my battle, honey. That's on y'all. I sit back and be entertained by it, but I'm living my life. You know. He just came off a trip with his club chat people. I like the way that he does his organization, with his people over there, because what he did, he managed to assemble a group of people that they really have something in common with, and they really go out and do other things with. Now, why you have to assemble people offline to have that type of circle, I don't know, but it works. Different strokes for different folks. When I do things of that nature, I do things like that with my friends that I have known for years. That have nothing to do. None of my friends are online. you know. So yeah, but if it works for him, that's cool. He said, his people go out, they have a really good time. It's really cool that he was able to do that, you know. And so yeah, yeah. So if that's how he had to, form his tribe, that's how he had to form his tribe. He found his tribe, and good for him. So he's moving on with his tribe. They do what they do. You know what I mean? They go out and they have fun together because that's his tribe. My tribe is not online. Never would I ever want to form a tribe with people that I haven't known for years. But that's just my thing. You know, that's what I meant by I don't want to embarrass myself in front of my tribe because my tribe is not online. Okay. And so, yeah, but I think it's cool that he successfully done that, you know. And so, yeah, yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that if it worked for him, because we have seen a lot of situations with some people on here that they have these like getaways and stuff, and it turns out badly, you know. But when it comes to him and his club chat and his side eyes, they get along with one another clearly, and so he successfully found his tribe online. I think that that's rare to me in the midst of all this type of dysfunction. And so, yeah, I think that it's rare. But it would appear to me that he successfully pulled it off. So good for him. Like me, I would never attempt to do something like that with people, like I said, that I haven't known for years. I just cannot. That just not does not work for me. But to each his own. I'm not even down on it. It works for him. And the fact that he successfully maneuvered that, I think that's cool. You should go call my phone again. I'm just gonna decline it again. Mm-hmm. They're trying to rush me offline, y'all. Y'all know my time be limited. But anyway, real quick, the only other thing, but yeah, good for you, Sean Bradley. And I felt what you were saying. I really liked that video. I really liked it. I really did. I liked that video. So I want to come to the point to where I didn't even read about it. I listened to the whole video. Are there any people his age? They all seem older. Not saying anything is wrong with that. I don't know. I don't know the age group. I honestly couldn't even tell you. I don't know. You probably would know more about that trade than me. All I know is it seemed like he's assembled a group of people that really have a good time, no matter their age. So I think that's cool. And I'm not even being petty about that. I think it's cool that he was able to pull it off. So yeah, at the end of the day. And so yeah. But anyway, when it came to the other part of my video, I was talking about we were talking about when it comes to the cat fights part, child, I was listening to Duchess Kelly Love and a couple of other these can I just say that a lot of the times I read the community walls that's going down going down your feed and stuff. And when you be looking at these community walls, honey, it will lead you to the T. Okay? It will lead you to the T. What did she say? What the hell? That don't even make no sense. But anyway, it will lead you to the T. Right? And so, that coupled with I was listening to a little bit of Duchess Kelly Love, led me to the T about the cat fight. When it came to Pizarro and the Kiki lady and Tracy, and I mean, like, they was arguing for hours, right? So I went over there and And I was listening. It went on forever. I'm like, oh my God, what in the hell is going on? So some people were saying, of course, Bizarro people was gonna say that she won, and then some people were saying that Tracy won, and then hey Muffy, and then some people were saying that Kiki won, right? The Kiki chick, right? And I was listening to a lot of. I did not know. Honestly, I did not. I did not know that Kiki chick know how to drag. She know how to drag. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. That cat fight was real beef. It really was a real beef. Uh, yeah, to me too, Trey. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know, like, yeah. But the Kiki girl can drag. She can drag. See, everybody can't drag. A lot of people know how to argue, holler, and scream, but it's an art to dragging. And the Kiki girl know how to drag. She know how to drag your ass. Okay? Like me, I prefer to drag a bitch. But everybody can't drag. Everybody can cuss somebody out and holler and scream, but everybody can't drag. I like it when it's B sector and you dragging a bitch. Cause that was old B sector. When I came in, they was dragging each other like for real. I ain't talking about the legal stuff. I'm talking about the drags part. I love me a good drag, honey. Them drags be real petty. That's what I love. That's the petty in me. I love a good petty. Cause I can drag and I love to hear a good drag. And so what I heard from the Kiki chick, because evidently she wasn't intoxicated and she was in her clear mind, she drugged the fuck out of them. I was like, okay, girl. I had no idea that the chick could drag. And so yeah. And then on the other, I heard and then like I said, I heard that she dragged. Uh then I heard Pizarro got in a couple of good punches between her hollering and screaming. Now I don't understand. Hey Sassy Show, how in the world? Number one, they got a lot of energy. They got that stamina. Their stamina is amazing, in the words of old girl over there. Cause baby, I was listening to that thing and that Pizarro lost her breath and they were arguing for hours and hours. I'm like, oh my God, are they okay? I don't have that type of energy. I'm like, girl. And then Tracy got on there. Tracy was dragging too. Tracy was dragging. I was like, oh, it was a good old B sector fight. Because I love me a good drag. I'm here for it. But Zorro got so in her feelings that she lost her voice. And then the girl always talking about the snot that come out of my nose. Girl, you sound like you need a whole breathing machine over there. Like you was out of breath. Like you was running a marathon. Child, it wasn't nothing but beef. It wasn't nothing but roasting and dragging. Why you so touched in your spirit? Hollering and screaming to the point to where you gonna lose your voice? Yeah, Tricia, she had that stamina. Yeah, she said, and then she sounded like she needed a breathalyzer or something. I was like, child, oh Lord. So, everybody was claiming victory. And so for me, a lot of them got in a good little drag. It was a lot of good drags going back and forth to everybody, to me. So I can't call the winner. You know what I mean? Because everybody was throwing some good punches to me. It was just like a real good drag session to me. Like I said, it went on so long. Of course, I'm Sassy So said Tracy dragged herself to sleep. Hot dang. Hot dang. That's got to be exhausting. I cannot refuse to invest that much time. Do you hear me? I refuse. Same thing over and over again. Child, close your eyes and went to sleep. Now that's that's deep. Oh damn. I have never seen someone go to sleep after a drag. She was exhausted, Sassy. Evidently, child, she was exhausted. And I guess Pizarro needed like medical attention after that. And Tracy had to take a nap. And I was like, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh Lord. I got a good little kiki out of it myself. Good little laugh. Mm-hmm. Learn something about the kiki chick. Learn that she can drag. Mm-hmm. And I seen Nika go over there. She said, well, shoot, I'm not gonna get up here and make misunderstood some money, but what I will do is start up my own live and start dragging on my own channel. And that was very strategic for Nika to do that because that's what she was supposed to do. Because the Nika was the Kiki chick was dragging Nika too. And Nika said, well, let me go and make me a corn. So she said after 3 hours, I turned it off. I read about it through it. I was like, wow. 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 Nika said, let me go on and make me a coin off of this, which honestly that's what she was supposed to do. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's what she was supposed to do. She's like, why? I'm not fixed to make MU some money. Let me go on and make me some money too. Let me get in on this, right? So she went up and fired up her own live while they were still live over there. She was like, shoot, let me go and make me some coin off of this breadcrumb, child. But really, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the winner is misunderstood. And the reason why, as it pertains to content, the reason why the winner is misunderstood is because she the one that made all the money off the video, and they were, they were her channel's entertainment for what was it, 9 hours? You said it was a 9-hour live, so she won at the end of the day. She the one that won. You know, she wanted Kiki to hit her link because she wanted to make some more coin. Like I said, she went over there and struck up her live because she was like, shit, okay, this hell for dragging me. Let me fire me alive and make me some coin too. You know. But MU won. She won. Because it was on her channel. And she did exactly what she was supposed to do. I have to give her that. Only thing she was supposed to do is let them go at it for as long as they want to go at it. And don't say nothing. I heard her coming in saying a couple of things like thank you for the cash app or thank you for the super chat, and all of this and all that, because at one point in time they was asking her, why you ain't stopping this and all of this and all of that. Because she wasn't supposed to. As long as they want to sit over there and make her money, that's what she was supposed to do. Sit over there, don't say nothing, don't stop them, and let them make her money. That's what she was supposed to do. To the point to where Nika's like, shit, I want in on some of this pot. Let me fire me alive and make me some money off of this as well. Mm-hmm. Right? I heard her say, this B sector stuff, I'm not getting in it. At the end of the day, she was probably saying that because she knew that they was making her money, which is what she was supposed to do. Okay. Child. So that's just the way I see it. If it's a winner, it's the misunderstood because it was on her channel. But they really were in their feelings though. Like I really will give you that. A lot of folks was in their feelings for real up on Misunderstood's panel. And Misunderstood was not in her feelings. She was just in her coin. Okay, so yeah. Mm-hmm. Said, man, they had to stroke Pika's ego. Of course they did. Of course. Because really, they were just throwing blows on the chick. You know what I mean? But it was kind of shady though. That did any of her crew at any point in time, and y'all gonna have to tell me this because I didn't hear it and I could be wrong. Because like I said, I was read. It took so long to where I could have read ball past it. Anybody come up to help her fight? Because at one point in time on the thing, I seen Tracy up there, the Kiki. It was the Tracy and the Kiki, and they was both going at Pizarro's throat, right? So did at any point in time did Pizarro's people, even Nika, before she went live, or Brianna, her face Yaya, did any of them hit the link and help Pizarro out? At any point in time, did that happen? Because I missed it if it did. That was interesting. Because I seen her up there, fighting by herself. Probably Pizza had MU dragged in her panel for days, so she should be okay with it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just talking about as it pertains to content. The misunderstood chick did the right thing. That's what I'm talking about. She was supposed to let them go in it. Oh, says no, Nika dropped down in debt. So at one point in time, she was up there trying to help Pizarro? Is that what you're saying, Trey? Because I didn't see that part. Like I said, I was red balling through it. I'm not going to sit there for 9 hours and listen to nobody's dang video. Nope, fake Yaya went and perched up on Nika Live calling Kiki all kinds of vile names. Child. Nika and Yaya were on Nika Live going at Kiki. Oh, so they did the morning shift, and Bree came up on Pizza Live to do the afternoon shift. Okay, so when it was the battle, the actual battle on MU's channel, that's what I'm talking about. No one came up to help Pizza. Oh, thank you, Trey. Okay, that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know right there. I'm not talking about the aftermath. I'm talking about in the process of that 9-hour live, did her people come up to help her? Because Peace is always interjecting in their business, and I was just wondering if they interjected themselves in her business. That was why I asked that question. Piece of people don't even like her. I've noticed she's alone, and I'll honestly, Chad, she probably don't like them either. No, they said poverty said she don't need no help. Woo banging. Oh, okay then. If she didn't want them to come up, then okay. Then they weren't supposed to. If she didn't want them to, then they weren't supposed to. Okay. I respect that. Absolutely. She got it. She said she got it. So okay, she got it. Well, I said, Migo, she knows she out here by herself. That's why she tried to go in different. Oh, well, child. When you on a hunt for content because you really have none, you got to do stuff like that. Trey and Wowsley, yeah, they don't like each other. They just share the same donors. Well, true, I agree with that. Business is business, child. Business is business. But if she says she got it, then she got it though. Hey, So, and we know that a lot of time when Pizarro inserts herself into their business is like, just like for her own benefit. It's not genuine either. So when she says she got it and they're gonna let her have it, that's exactly what they're supposed to do. And just like Nika was supposed to go on her channel and start that video and make her own coin. That's what she was supposed to do. And I'm sure Tracy did that too afterwards. And I'm sure Pizarro did it too as well. And Brianna and whoever else the circle is, they all were supposed to come on and do their own video. After that, was it 9-hour video? That's what they were supposed to do. It's called content. What they call it, feeding the streets. That's what they're supposed to do. I ain't mad at none of them. But as it pertains to that video in particular, the winner, in my opinion, is misunderstood. Because there was her entertainment on her channel, and she just sit back and got her coin and let them go. It was a whole cat fight, and that's what she was supposed to do. She wasn't supposed to stop it. Absolutely not. Nope. She was supposed. I can't stand when people try to break up the fight. Why? You messing with your content? Let them fight. Yep, that's why Pizza was like, was you? Oh, she said she was here for the fag. Oh, child. No, that she was taking like that stuff. She was so upset that clearly she was touched by some of that stuff that was being said about her. Clearly. Because if she wasn't touched for real by some of that stuff that was being said about her, she wouldn't have been so agitated and out of breath and losing her voice and all this and all that. So no. Clearly you weren't there for the drag. All right. They're really mad because they can't run Kiki off YouTube. Why they want to run Kiki off YouTube? So what Kiki need to do is stay sober because she can drag. I give her that. I don't care how much of a mess. She need to stay sober. So because she can drag. The girl can drag. I ain't even mad at her. Nope. I don't keep it a buck. I like people that know how to drag. Everybody can't drag. Everybody can argue. Everybody can't drag. And so yeah. Tracy did a slow drag and probably went full dead. Well, Tracy was dragging. Tracy was dragging her ass. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. She was dragging her, and she was real calm about it. Like I said, everybody can argue. Everybody can't drag. Mm-hmm. I heard a few minutes of piece of yelling. She's a demon child. Did the whole thing start off by Kiki saying she wouldn't cash out piece of? I don't know, but I heard the cash apps being mentioned. I heard Kiki kept saying, or somebody was saying, just mad because Kiki ain't gonna cash out you no more, or Kiki was saying you just mad because I ain't gonna cash out you no more. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know how the whole thing popped off initially. Like I said, I was red balling through. It was too long. I just wanted to get the gist of the situation. Give me a good little petty kiki and a good little ha-ha. That's what I was there for. And so, yeah, but as far as the winner, like I said, Misunderstood won. She won because it was on her channel. Okay, so, yeah. That's just how I see it. Mm-hmm. And well, I see the chat had to tell me that Pisa was trying to imitate Rob's voice. I said, girl. Like I said, they all got in a couple of good jabs, in my opinion. Like, I ain't gonna lie. So, yeah, I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. So it's cool. It's content. You know what I mean? Kiki, $200 cash out didn't go through. And she kept saying Kiki owed her money. And Kiki said the purse was closed. Now, wait a minute. Let me read this. Hold up. So, Big Face says at Trey. Now, y'all tell me if it's true or not. At Trey, yes, Poverty Pizza was mad that Kiki $200 cash out didn't go through, and she kept saying Kiki owed her money, and Kiki said the purse is closed. Did Kiki borrow $200 from her or something, or is she mad because Kiki's cash out didn't go? How does Kiki owe her $200 unless she borrowed it from her? What? Y'all explain that to me. I'm lost on that right there. I must have missed what was going on with that. Nikki Baby says that's why Miss Olivia Pisa is mad because Kiki not gonna give her no much. Child, Pisa get up early to beg for cash apps for her and her man. Now let me tell y'all something. This the biggest gag, in my opinion. Nikki Baby said, Tracy said no. She said, you were not over here. You were not over here in bed. Oh, come over there in bed. She said she wasn't gonna let her come over there in bed. Child, let me tell y'all this for real. It's true. That's why she got mad. Kiki stopped the $200 cash. Oh wow, she got mad about the coins. Child, y'all know I told y'all the other day that she be launching a whole Jerry Lewis telethon with anytime she come over. But let me tell you what the gag is when it comes to that biggest situation in Bizarro. I heard her several times. For some reason, she got on in her head that she's doing something special because she's married, right? She says she's married, and she feel like she's doing something special, saying that she's married, right? So here's the thing. And y'all know I've been married for over 20 years, right? If you married, why do you have to come online and launch all these telethons and get mad at people about cash apps and do all these strange things for cash apps if you married? Okay? Ain't your man, even if you're not working, isn't your man supposed to be going out making these funds? And at one point in time, didn't they say the guy was in the husband was in the background? Like, why is he in the fucking background? Why is he not at work? Never will y'all ever hear the mister in the background, especially doing work hours. I'm like, girl. So you begging for the whole family? I'm like, and that's a claim to fame. Tracy and Nikki was begging for cash apps too. She said, I know it's the first of the month and y'all got bills, but can I get a cash app? For real, Trey? Wow. Wow. For real? He fake husband. Be right there begging with it. Oh my God. Like, okay, so like, you know what? You know what? I think that people have a lot of different standards today, and I guess I'm old school. I need for my husband to do exactly what he's doing, and what he's doing is protecting our home, and he's hunting and gathering for the home. Okay? Because if you're not taking care of me, I'm not going to be married to you. So maybe it's a different definition when it comes to that sort of thing these days. But once again, in the real world, I would be mortified if somebody in my world, if I felt that to provide for my family and I've got a quote unquote husband, if I have to come online and launch a whole Jerry Lewis telethon and I'm bragging about a husband and he's not hunting and gathering for my family, like, what does it say about me? And why in the world would I want to brag about somebody like that and you can't hunt together for me? Like, what the hell? Then she was like, I'm doing a $5 check. She did a $5 check. Chad. But now, Chad, now we all know about Nick and the coin. So that ain't even nothing new. Okay. Y'all panel hopping all day trying to get money too. It's ridiculous. Oh God, it's so disgusting, right? It's so unfortunate. Not disgusting. I'm gonna say it's unfortunate. But I guess they figured, you know what, this is just a business. This is a business venture, and so maybe that's how they looking at it. But when it comes to that whole part about the whole husband thing, if you launching telethons and you begging for food and stuff online, but then you thinking you doing something by being married, but your man ain't doing nothing and he on here begging with you, like, why would you even bring it up? Like, aren't you embarrassed about that? Like, ew, ew, ew. What does it say about the crop? I know, right? Well, see, I can't keep up with them. What does it say about the quality of life that your husband is providing for you and your children or whatever? Like, people don't care about that stuff no more. Right, Trey? Ew. It's horrible. What does that say? Like I said, child. Gag said, Gag is the incels trying to outdo Babe Nation, and that's a joke. Child. I couldn't even tell you. And don't even care. Some women think it's a cap to say they. I don't even know why, but you know, you're right about that. You're right about that. I L to all that ALE. Let me read this because I'm glad you said that. Some women think it's a cap to say they have a husband and or man, right? Where he hunts and gathers for the family, right? Whether he lays in the bed and allows you to hunt and gather. Like, I mean, like, it's, if you've got a man and he's not providing for you, that's not a cap. If you're the female and you're the one out going and doing the hunt and gathering, then the, uh, that's not a cap for me. Maybe people didn't grow up in homes with fathers, right? So I done told y'all my situation. The way I was raised is what I expect, okay, and nothing less, nothing less. So yeah, the way I was raised is what I expect. My father took care of his family. So when I got married, my husband is going to take care of his family, which is me. So I never could be attracted to somebody that can't take care of me. Okay? That's not a cap for me. And the whole marriage situation, that's not a cap in general. Like, is that your claim to fame? Aren't you your own person? Like, what the fuck is that to brag about? Marriage is hard, honey. It's hard. There ain't no cap. Not to me. You know, but if you want to throw it up in these people's face like you're doing something special, and you really launch a telethons begging for food and stuff, and your man ain't out hunting gathering, so what, like what, like you basically got another child, right? This is the way I see women that take care of men. If you are a woman and you are taking care of your man as well as your children, or even just your man if you don't have kids, you are that person's parent. You are that man's mama. Okay? Because the man is supposed to be the head of the household. So if you don't have a man and he is not the head of the household, and you have to be the head of the household, that is not a cap. Not for me. Like I said, maybe things have changed. Maybe I am just old school, but that ain't a cap for me if I got to take care of you. And you're the hunter gatherer. Okay? Okay? And so, yeah, that's not a cap for me. But okay. To each his own. Yeah. TJ said they all should be embarrassed to have men and stay big. And I agree. I agree. As a man, he should feel less than a man. Absolutely. My husband would have a fit to know I'm out on YT out there. Exactly. Exactly. I don't even have time. What about the females flying the guys out and she paid for everything? Well, that ain't no cap either. That's backwards for me. Corolla. That's backwards. Like I said, I'm old school. I guess I'm old school, but the guy is supposed to be the provider. So maybe it's a worn out concept or something, but not in my world. Not for me. So yeah. Child. There ain't no man. There ain't no man who cool with his wife big. Clearly, if that guy's online with her and they're begging together, clearly he's cool with it. And no, he's not a man, he a child. Because how can you call yourself a man and you can't provide for your family? I cannot call you a man if you can't provide for your family. Okay? All right? It got so deep in my home that, and y'all know I don't have kids, so my situation is a lot different from a lot of people. The reason why I was able to retire early is because I don't have kids, right? And I was getting overworked and stressed out, and I had PTSD because of my job. So the mister got tired of it. My husband got tired of me going through all of that stuff, and he pretty much strong-armed my ass into retirement early. And at the end of the day, it was the truth, but you know, I'm thinking, well, what the hell am I gonna do with myself? You know, but he was right to do that at the end of the day. You know, but it never was an issue. How was I gonna, make it in this world? You know, because I have a hunter gatherer. You know, so yeah, that's not an issue. It's not an issue. So that's how I see stuff. You know, but like I said, maybe it's you know maybe it's a old concept or something. I don't know. I don't know. But I believe in clearly defined roles when it comes to a relationship. I believe in clearly defined roles, and I also believe in reciprocity, right? You know. So if you're gonna call yourself a man and you're gonna call yourself the head of household, I expect you to act accordingly. Okay? So if I am now 24 hours a day taking care of the home, I expect myself, he expects me to act accordingly and do my part. Because this is my part. and he doing his part. Why am I not doing my part? And in the middle of both of those roles is reciprocity. And when it comes to reciprocity, is respect. I respect your role. You respect my role. We work together. That's reciprocity. At the foundation of any relationship is respect and reciprocity. I can't respect you if you're not stepping into your role. I don't expect you to respect me if I'm not in my role. That's dysfunction. And I don't see how people can operate under dysfunction. Dysfunction is not cold. That's not a way. That's no peace of mind. So that's just how I see relationships. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, maybe I'm old school. You know, yes, ma'am. I believe a man is it. I do too, because that's the way I was raised. That's the way I was raised. That's what I saw. That's what I expect. I don't have no kids, and I'm not taking care of nobody's child. Okay? Absolutely, Alana. Yes, ma'am. I will cook the food. I will clean the house. I will keep everything balanced. But as a woman, we always have an opinion. I'm just no. That's what reciprocity comes into play. Respect is reciprocity. He do his part. I do my part. We respect one another in our roles. So if I'm supposed to be here taking care of the home, I'm going to take care of the home because that is my part. Because that is what I'm supposed to do. What I'm supposed to do, lay on my ass? Does that mean I'm his child? And if you do that, and you his child, and there's no reciprocity involved, that leads to disrespect and dysfunction. You see what I mean by that? And so, yeah, that's just how I see it. That's how it is for me. You know. And so, yeah. Yeah. Even when I was working, before I retired, he still is the head of household. I still have to provide my role. He still got to provide his role. It's still reciprocity. You see what I'm saying? You have to meet somewhere in the middle. You have to find balance. You have to, or it's just gonna be chaos and dysfunction. I can't operate under chaos and dysfunction because there's no peace of mind. So yes, absolutely, at the foundation of every relationship, it should be respect. That's the foundation. That's the reciprocity. It's the respect. You know. But we all know respect is earned. Even in relationships, respect is earned. That's the way I see it. I don't respect you to respect me just because I'm me. That don't even make no sense. Not to me. I don't respect you just because you. You know. That don't make sense to me. That's dysfunction. And so, yeah, like I said, maybe I'm just old school. I don't know. Detroit 31C said, I agree. My husband is the head of our house and we respect each other roles. Right. And I know when it is time to let him handle the situation. You're absolutely right, the 313. And in return, he knows when to let you handle a situation. It's called reciprocity, working together. I believe in that. I believe in my role. He believes in his role. We believe in respect. Do we clash? Yes. Especially when we were young. Not so much nowadays. You know. I don't even know. No, I didn't see no Cam live yesterday. I don't even look at those people. I really couldn't tell you, baby. No, I don't. I am working, but I still believe that man is the head of the household. Yeah. Now, when I say head of the household, I don't mean like you get to like dominate over me or something like that. I don't. Do people know what like the head of the household mean? I'm not coming from a place of, like I'm the king of this castle and what I say go. No, that's not what I mean by that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying let somebody lord over you. That's not reciprocity. That's dysfunction. You know what I mean? Like I don't no. That's not no. That's not what I mean by that. Mm-mm. But if you are a man and you are in my world, you are supposed to be the head of household. Because my father was the head of our household when I was a child. This is how I was raised. That's what I expect. You know. I expect you to play your role. I expected you to step in the role that God gave you. Anything less is not going to work for me. You know. So I know that TJ said, I remember one of my coworkers treated me to lunch, and my husband had a fit. I can tell that. Yeah, he thought I needed money. I was like, no. She did that because I treated her before. I had to explain. He was like, call me. Right. I know you coming. Yeah, I understand absolutely. My husband would be mortified if he thought I needed anything from anybody other than him. Honestly, he wouldn't appreciate it. That's not his thing. You know what I mean by that? And so yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, but yeah, like I said, maybe I'm just old school, but yeah, nope. Yeah, everybody has. That's the reciprocity part. Yeah, no domination. Everybody has an opinion. You know what I mean? And if you're comfortable in your role, and your roles are well established, you don't have to worry about somebody lording over you. You know, you respect one another. Because if I have to lord over you and I have to run you, that's not a relationship to me. That's work to me. That don't make no sense to. I don't have time for all that. You know what I mean? And so, like, yeah, that's crazy to me. I can't do that. But anyway, that's just how I feel about it. But as far as getting online and launching these Jerry Lewis campaigns, and you're supposed to, you're supposed to be all this, that, no, I don't understand. That's not working for me. That don't make sense to me. You know. And we can come together to agree or disagree. People don't understand. That's why. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I have started stuff with my husband on purpose. I don't do it so much now because we old, but I love to poke the bear. Even to this day, he don't do nothing but grunt now. But child, that whole making up part of the thing, child, and he done poked me in return, child. Just messing, just messing. And we done had serious drama, over the years. To the point to where I done told y'all I done went through marriage counseling twice. Because I'm very solitary. And I have to fight to stay connected to somebody. So it's difficult for me sometimes. Because I can shut down, because I'd rather not be bothered. And he just refused to let that happen. For whatever reason. It's just like not gonna work for him. And it really is also something to be said when they talk about being equally yoked in the Bible. Because when you are equally yoked with somebody, um, you know, they are there to uh uh you know protect you against yourself sometimes. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, you know, because it's hard for me to hear a whole lot of people, you know. And so yeah, and they always talking about why old people online, but why young people online, they should be out living a young. Well, that's true. Because if I was young like some of these young people, I wouldn't have time to be on here spending more time on here than I am living my actual life. No, absolutely not. Mm-mm. Old people be online because they got time. I think sometimes people mix up reciprocated behavior versus well, yeah, absolutely, because they come in operating under the guise of dysfunction. You see what I'm saying? And that's never a good thing. And so, yeah, I would agree with you there, absolutely. And you can't listen to the world. You can't bring the world into your relationship and expect for it to be for it to last. You can't bring the world. You can't invite the world into your relationship. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. That's right. A husband and wife are a reflection of each other. Absolutely. You know, like I said, that's the way I grew up. That's just me. So yeah, yeah, and so yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't see how if you got small children, I don't see how it's possible. I don't see how it's possible if you got any kids at all. You know, like I come online and I do my thing, but you best believe my ducks are in a row. That's why I'm not on here a whole lot, like all like doing like people doing 9 and 10 hour rides. No, I don't have time to do that. I got stuff that I gotta do. You know, Now when I have extra time, I come on here, drop me a video. Like today, I don't have nothing to do. This weekend, I didn't have nothing to do. Sunday. But sometimes I can't even make time to even come online because I have to do stuff inside the home as well as outside the home. And so by the time I get home and after I've done that stuff all day, I'm not supposed to come online and I'm exhausted. And I very rarely come online when the mister is here anyway. Unless he out to shed or something. Because he gonna side eye me. And the only reason why he don't say nothing now about it is because of Google AdSense. I'm petty. Yeah, I'm messy. I always have been since I was a little girl. I'm petty and messy with him. I can't help myself. but yeah. But anyway, those are my thoughts on this situation. I didn't even realize I was going to talk this long. But now I am going to get off of here. Whew, thank God I don't have nothing to do today, child. You have no idea. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. But I think I covered the title of my video. Y'all hit the one if y'all like my content today. I'm glad we got on this conversation about roles in a relationship and reciprocity. Because that's some real stuff right there. And I don't understand what a lot of these younger people. I don't understand the concept of what they consider to be a relationship these days. I'm gonna put it that way, you know. And so yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't see how you can have any peace of mind if you're operating from a place of dysfunction. Like, why bother? You know, you know, it's not cool to operate from a place of dysfunction. Because if you're always operating from a place of dysfunction, that means you have no peace of mind. You have no peace. Hey Jay, you have no peace of mind if you're operating from a place of dysfunction, like 24/7. So I don't understand the new concepts or whatever. But to each his own. Whatever floats your boat. But for me, I'm big on a peace of mind, you know? And so, yeah, that's just the way I see it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my take on things today. I'm going to get off of here. I did not mean to stay on. I didn't know it was going to take this long, but it is what it is, child. It is what it is. Y'all please hit the like button. I appreciate you guys joining me this whole time. Please hit that like button on your way out the door. Subscribe, share, do whatever you want to do. Hit a button, child. Okay? I appreciate you. Y'all hit the one if y'all like this video, because I like this video. I liked it. Me myself. I wish I was one of those type of content creators that went back and listened to the okay, Jay, went back and listened to their content. You know what I mean? And so yeah. I don't know. But anyway, I gotta go. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining me. Y'all be safe. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Um yeah. And I'm gonna see you when I see you. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye bye. Peace.